Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait. You wanna be strong like an eagle. Wait. Wait on me. Wait. Seek my face, be my faithful one. Seek my love, it's everlasting for you. Hear my voice, I'm one who calls you near to me. Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. You wanna be strong like an eagle. You wanna feel the weight of my glory. You want the fullness of my presence. You wanna know all my love poured out. Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. Wait on me. You wanna be strong like an eagle. You wanna feel the weight of my glory. You want the fullness of my presence. You wanna know my love poured out. You wanna be strong like an eagle. You wanna feel the weight of my glory. You want the fullness of my presence. You wanna know my love poured out. You wanna be strong like an eagle. You wanna feel the weight of my glory. You want the fullness of my presence. You wanna know my love poured out. You wanna be strong like an eagle. Oh, you wanna feel the weight of my glory. You want the fullness of my presence. You wanna know all my love poured out. Wait. Wait. Seek my face, be my faithful one. Seek my love, it's everlasting for you. Hear my voice, I'm the one who calls you near to me. Wait on me. I'll seek your face, I'll be your faithful one. I'll seek your love, I know it's everlasting for me. I know your voice. You're the one who draws me near to you. I'll wait on you.
Welcome back to One Honest Nation TV. I'm your host, Devin Willer. And up next, we have a very special guest. Coming in is one of the most influential people in the DMV area under 30. Seanniece Bamiro is a policy advocate by trade, currently involved in community organizing around criminal justice issues, and working with my church, the Zion Church, to develop a project called the Zion Justice Ministry. Please welcome Seanniece Bamiro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So Seanniece, I guess, what got you into social justice issues?
Right. So I've always been very influenced and very curious about like who I am. So I'm Nigerian American. My mom is native Washingtonian and my dad is Nigerian. So I was always kind of curious about like what that meant on both sides. And I just remember really just gravitating towards the civil rights movement and just everything about it. Like, you know, like when you're back in elementary school, the very prominent ones or the ones that folks talk about a lot. So like Malcolm and Martin and, you know, Harriet, well, not Harriet Tubman, but like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, Rosa.
And just, I remember saying in that instance, like, wow, like I would love to be a part of the civil rights movement. And kind of now, like we're in, you know what I'm saying? Like we're in that time
That makes sense.
where we're having just like a resurgence or just more attention to what's going on, like the injustices that are going on in the world. And basically, I was just like the time is now, and I've always kind of gravitated towards policy, particularly or civics, particularly in high school. I was really great at it, and just decided to pursue it undergrad, and so I did. And at first, I was like, nah, you know, maybe not. Maybe this isn't for me. But then I started integrating Black history in it, and really realized that this is like the sweet spot, essentially, like where I'm supposed to be. And so, you know, ended up getting my master's in public policy with a focus on criminology and also education. And then, you know, getting to work as a policy advocate, and I love it. So
what would you say are, I guess, to be a social advocate, what would you say conditions are currently and what causes are you taking up?
Okay. So the current causes I'm taking up are mass incarceration. So essentially, we saw the rise in the prison population, and we've also seen, or I've also seen, that it's impacting mostly Black and brown folks. So that's kind of the work that I'm dedicating my life to.
Okay.
I am alive in Christ. He is my love and I'm his beloved. I am alive in Christ. He is my love and I'm his beloved. His words are full of life and full of spirit to those who hear it. His word lasts forever. Part in my heart's overflow. You are the one. You are the only one who deserves my heart. You are the bread of life and the living water. You are the one. You are The one who lives, you are love, and I am alive in Christ. He is my love, and I'm his beloved. I am alive in Christ. He is my love, and I am his. His words are full of life and full of spirit to those who hear it. His word lasts forever, finding my heart's overflow. You are the one. You are the only one who deserves my heart. You are the bread of life and the living water. You are true love. You are the one who lives. You are love. You are the one. You are the only one who deserves my heart. You are the bread of life and the living water. You are true love. You are the one who lives. You are love, and the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you, you Jesus. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you, you Jesus. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. Oh, and the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. And the one that I'm in love with is you. Oh Jesus, 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 oh Jesus. Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you make me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I will be dead without you. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I will be dead without you. Me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I will be dead without you. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I will be dead without you. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I would be dead without you. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. You make me come alive. I would be dead without you. I would be lost without you. I would be gone without you. I would be dead without you. I would be dead without you. I would be lost without you. I would be gone without you. I am alive in Christ. He is my love and I'm his beloved. I am alive in Christ. He is my love and I am his. His words are full of life and full of spirit to those who hear it. His words last forever. Yeah, 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 yeah. I am alive in Christ.
I know you're probably aware of the Poor People's Campaign, and how would you say is the best way for young people or people who are inspired by some of the words shared today to get involved?
Right. So we see a lot of what's happening on the federal level, and it seems as if it's this like thick wall that we can't penetrate, and a lot of people feel hopeless because of that. And a remedy to that is turning to your state and local issues, particularly because what your state and local politicians are doing impacts you day to day. And even just thinking about like street repair and trash pickup, which is like really big issue in Prince George's County, since most folks went down to 1 day versus 2 days out of the week. But just also like your local criminal justice issues as well, because what we see is that most folks are in the criminal justice system are only going there for 1 to 3 years, right? And so that impacts you more at the state and local level versus the federal level. And you can do something about that. And I think the most important thing to do, like just as a starting point, is just even getting to know who your state and local electeds are.
Gotcha.
And most people don't know who their state delegate or state senator is. And when you're looking for some change to happen in your neighborhood or in your state, those are the people that you really need to be talking to.
Gotcha. So I guess, in what community do you come from?
Right. You mean historically here. Or
like locally?
So locally, I'm a native Washingtonian myself, but we moved to Prince George's County.
Okay.
So first to District Heights and now I'm in Bowie.
Nice. So who are your local legislators?
All right. So my local legislator, my state senator is Douglas J.J. Peters, and I have 2 state delegates, which is Joseph Valerio, and also Marvin Holmes.
Great. So how are you communicating with those individuals?
All right. So my communication is a little bit different than most folks, because last year during the legislative session, I was lobbying these folks too. So I had more constant communication, but you don't need to be a lobbyist to have communication with folks. Like most state and local electeds, they have things like a chat and chew or coffee with your legislator, that sort of thing, where it serves as like smaller town halls where you can actually voice your issues. And if your elected actually cares about, what's going on in the community and cares about the constituents, they typically have those modes that they want to engage people on.
Nice. Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you speak to someone who may say, I like what you're saying, Seanniece, but they may have a pessimistic attitude? How do you approach them? How do you convince them of changing their mind?
Okay, so I wouldn't convince them. I wouldn't even try to convince them to change their mind. But I would say to them that in this time, in this Trump era, we cannot afford to be pessimistic about anything that's going on, and it's kind of the time to act at this point. And things can get better, and things have gotten better. Sans what's going on federally. Gotcha. But yeah, so at this point, like, I don't try to convince people, just like I don't try to convince racists not to be racist anymore.
Okay. So speaking of, I guess, a faith component, you definitely have a faith component within your lobbying or legislating. Can you speak on that?
Sure. So some of the folks in Zion, we all came together. We all had a heart for justice and really wanted to see something happen in our church because it's a lot of influential people in the church, and we were just kind of missing the impact, like the positive impact that the church has had on things like the civil rights movement, right? And what kind of gave us our in is Pastor Battle is a very he's a very issue-minded person, and so he's talked on the stage before about justice issues, and so we said okay, and then he also had some sermons about like acting in your purpose, and many of us all of us on kind of the founding committee of the Zion Justice League said, you know what, I think he's like calling us to action. So that's what we did. And so we've just now gotten that off the ground and been able to get people engaged, other people who just think that, justice is godly.
Gotcha. Are there any steps that you could say a viewer right now could take to get in contact with you or get more educated about their local legislators?
Right. So getting in contact with me, you can send me an email. That's probably the best mode. Or if you're at Zion, then just see me in the hallway and stop me. But just getting in touch with your local legislator, send them an email or, give them a phone call because they're kind of bound to to answer your phone calls or your emails, and just go to the events that they're having and engage with them and tell them that the things that you care about, and just even starting that process. There's if you just look up who is my legislator on Google, for instance, some things will pop up, like mdelect.net if you're in Maryland, will pop up. And you just type in your address, and it tells you who all your federal and state electeds are.
Got you. Now, how important, I guess you could say, is this vote coming up?
Yeah. So we are looking at the primary election. June 26th. Early voting is June 14th through the 21st. And this election is actually very critical. So again, a lot of what we're seeing on the federal level is chaos. And focusing on making the change locally is kind of the pivotal point to enacting change and influencing what's going on the federal level, and just even in our immediate states and cities. And so if you have a very deep blue county like Prince George's County specifically, or let's say like Baltimore City, your primary is basically the deciding point for you. And what I mean like by deep blue is that typically there are no Republicans running, that Republican candidates are not viable in your typically in your county. So by the primary election, all the decisions are kind of made for you. Gotcha. And that's when you have like the bigger pool of folks running in the election. And then when it gets to the general election, maybe you're down to just a ceremonial vote where, a very small amount of people have decided kind of your fate already. And you're just kind of like waving them in essentially.
Now I want to harp on this last point. That you said that your state legislators are bound to respond and bound. You should call them action. They should be accountable. Let's say this. How can we, let's say this. Let's just harp on that point. So what are some of the ways that we can take action to hold legislators more accountable?
So I think when it comes to that is organizing in your community, right? So while they're bound to hear what you to hear what you're saying, coming to them with 50 other constituents, folks folks living in your neighborhood, or just folks, for instance, in Bowie or something of that nature. If we wanted, I don't know, like a new ice rink or whatever, getting other people behind that. So me going to my legislator, like, they'll listen to me, but bringing 50 people with me saying, hey, we also want this roller rink or ice rink or whatever in the city of Bowie is a lot stronger. And so that's what organizing is, just assembling people or building people power to back certain issues. So for instance, there's a lot of environmental justice things happening down in southern Prince George's County, but because some parts of southern Prince George's County aren't as organized as other areas, you can build those environmental justice nightmares essentially in those areas, because there's not a lot of people standing up and saying, hey, this is not what we want.
So there's strength in numbers.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And that's biblical.
That's biblical. There we go. Well, thank you. I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That was Seanniece Bamiro. We'll be right back with more One Honest Nation TV right after this.
Oh, I have a sense of urgency here. No one knows the return of Christ is near. Whoa, one was when, but can you afford to pretend? I have a sense of urgency here. No one knows the return of Christ is near. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa.
One Honest Nation with Devin Wheeler was produced with the services and facilities of Arlington Independent Media.